Hey girl, today we're diving into something that can truly change your direction in life, and it's called the law of focus. If you ever feel like you're being pulled into a million directions and you're putting your energy on everything and everyone except for yourself, then this video is for you. Because the truth is, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And what you focus on consistently, that's what you end up creating. So grab a cup of tea and a blanket and get comfy, and let's talk about how you can use focus as your superpower to build the life that feels peaceful, purposeful, and that is aligned with the person that you truly are. Hi, I'm Gabby, and I started this channel back when I was on maternity leave, and I wanted to create a space for moms like me to find different ways to live a more financially and mentally healthy life. And no, I'm not a financial advisor or life coach or anything like that. I'm really just a mom trying to help other moms by sharing what I have learned so that we can all live a better life. So, the law of focus is one of the 12 universal laws, and I have a whole video about all the 12 universal laws. And if you want to watch that, it's linked to the description of this video. But the law of focus is one of those that when you hear about it, it may seem really simple, but it's not always easy to live by. The law of focus basically says that you can't focus on two things and expect both to grow. When your attention is constantly scattered between what you want and what you fear, between your goals and your distractions, your energy becomes weaker and diluted. But when you choose one thing to focus on, your energy becomes powerful. Think of it as sunlight in a magnifying glass. It burns through anything in its path. Or you can think of it this way. Every time that you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Let me repeat that. Every time that you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So the real question is, are you saying yes to things that are actually moving you closer to more peace, more purpose, and more alignment with your goals? Or are you saying yes to those things that are comfortable but keep you stuck? But the thing is, we live in a world that profits from distractions, and that's when it gets hard. It's our phones, our social media feeds, and even our to do lists. They're constantly demanding our attention. And especially as a woman, we're often taught to multitask, to please, and to care for others. And all this pressure becomes 10 times worse when you become a mom. So we get so used to managing everything that we forget to be intentional about what truly deserves our full attention, our full focus. So here's the thing. Your worth is not based on the amount of things that you get to do in one day. You just have to direct your energy towards what truly matters and just let the rest fall away. Stop worrying about what you didn't get done in one day because that's empty energy that you're wasting in your past that you can't change. Focus can feel hard, not because we're weak, but because we're conditioned to believe that the busier that we are, the more valuable we are. But that can't be further from the truth. Presence, clarity, and alignment makes us valuable, not the amount of things that we have in our to-do list. People love to talk about how busy they are, and I'm sure you've experienced at some point in your life a time that you complain about being busy and being burnt out, and someone else try to one up you and try to say that they are busier than you, that they do more than you, so and they're not tired. I've experienced that. I'm sure other people have too. So why do we compete with each other on how busy we are? That's not a happy life. That's not a peaceful life. It's just making us more stressed, more drained, and less focused. So now the next question is, how do we actually start living with focus? Here are a few gentle but powerful shifts that you can make. First, choose one core intention for your season. For example, my core intention right now is to pay off my debt, but I catch myself getting distracted all the time. I start planning family trips. I start thinking of home renovations that I want to do. Then I start thinking about how I want to lose weight and lose my baby weight. So I'm constantly having all these different types of distractions that pull me away from my main focus. So instead of trying to fix your whole life all at once, stop and ask yourself, what's one area that will create the most peace if I nurtured it right now? Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your mindset, or maybe it's your finances like me. Only you know what's your biggest priority right now. Okay, then you can create boundaries that protect your focus. Remember, boundaries are not walls, they're filters. They keep your energy flowing towards what matters and what's aligned with your dreams and away from what drains you. And that's why it's so important to not overwork yourself. Because if you're not overworked, you have more time and space to be present and notice the distractions coming in. If you're doing a million things all at once and constantly feeling burnt out, then you will be less present and more likely to scroll through social media, binge watch a TV show, and start making other plans for your future that distract you from your one focus that is going to bring you the most peace. And another thing that can help you stay grounded is by simplifying your space. Let me explain. Sometimes mental clutter comes from physical clutter. So if your house is a mess, your mind most likely feels like a mess too. So clear one space in your home and notice how much lighter your mind will feel. And I know this is not easy if you have a little one at home. I go through the same thing. And I'm not the person to tell people to clean their house because my house is not the cleanest all the time. But maybe just take 15 minutes before you go to bed and clear out that dining room table. If you're anything like me, you have a ton of random stuff just sitting on the dining room table, and that just adds more and more to that clutter. So 15 minutes before you go to bed, just clear out whatever is on that table and go to sleep. And then you're gonna wake up the next day with the right mindset and just feeling like you're more accomplished already. And finally, practice single tasking over multitasking. Try doing one thing in full presence, like drinking your morning coffee without scrolling or walking without checking your phone. This becomes a lot easier if you're used to meditating every day or regularly. So, if this may feel really hard for you to do, try doing a 3 minute, 5 minute meditation. And that's going to start training your brain to notice the things in the present moment. And in turn, you're going to feel more present. And you'll be amazed by how much more grounded you feel. I feel like the more tired that I am, the less present that I am, and the more that I crave just doom scrolling. But scrolling through social media can kill so much time in your day, and it can honestly just make you feel even more tired. So maybe try to allocate some time in your day specifically to just doom scroll. It could be right before you take a shower or sometime in the morning, sometime at night, I don't care. Just allocate an hour just for doom scrolling and stop yourself from doom scrolling outside of that specific time that you gave yourself. And you might find that maybe you don't even want to doom scroll at that time at one point, and then you do more productive things or you do more things that are aligned with your focus. So, if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably noticed that I love spirituality and learning more about the flow of energy and all this stuff. So, this is where it gets deeper. When you focus, you're not only organizing your mind, you're also aligning with your soul. Imagine that every time that you choose focus over distraction, you're telling the universe, this is what I'm ready for. And the universe responds. Focus is a form of faith, and it's saying, I trust that if I focus my energy on this one path, then everything else will work out as it should. So when you're tempted to spread yourself thin, and listen, I know it's hard. I too tend to put too much on my plate sometimes. But the next time that you catch yourself doing that again, remember this. You don't manifest by doing more. You manifest by becoming clear, centered, and focused on who you are becoming. Once you find that one thing that is your priority and that you want to focus on, ask yourself, why is that important to you? What kind of feelings will that achievement create? Once you have a very clear focus and a very clear reason behind that focus, it becomes so much easier for you to stick with your path. and stop giving so much attention to distractions. Because trust me, the distractions will come. But I do want to add that when you decide to focus on one thing, that doesn't mean that you need to obsess over that one thing in order to achieve it. There is also something called the law of detachment, and I made a whole video about the law of detachment. If you want to watch it, that's also linked to the description of this video. And I feel like the law of detachment and the law of focus are very much connected. And the more and more that you learn about the universal laws, the more that you're going to notice that all of them kind of connect with each other. The law of focus cannot exist without the law of detachment, and all of the laws cannot exist without the law of oneness. So the more and more you learn about the universal laws, the more you're going to understand how the world works and how everything is truly connected. So, obsessing over the focus that you choose is not going to make you achieve it faster. It's actually only going to make you create more negative energy around it. It's going to create more anxiety and more stress around it. And a lot of times, that's why when people achieve a big goal that they've been obsessing over for so long, they achieve it and it doesn't feel that good because they've been putting so much negative energy around it that it kind of takes away from the good feeling that you thought that you would feel once you achieved it. So when you focus on one thing, it only means that you're choosing to take actions that are aligned with that one thing instead of actions that are aligned with so many different things that will end up distracting you from your goal. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you ready to focus on in this season? Maybe it's peace, maybe it's consistency, or maybe it's to finally start believing in yourself. Whatever it is, let it be simple, let it be sacred, because when your focus is aligned with the truth, everything else starts to fall into place. So, if this message resonated with you, take a second to write down one intention that you want to focus on this week and share in the comments. And as always, I hope that you liked this video. And if you did, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'm here for you. And I'm sending you all the positive energy to find that one thing that you truly believe that deserves your full focus, your full attention, and let go of all the distractions in order to achieve all your goals and dreams. And I'll see you at the next one.